Sure. John, how are you?
How are we doing, Tony?
Good. I'm going to ask you about Cristiano Ronaldo to begin with, because former teammate, he was across the border, so he might be playing tomorrow, probably will be. What are your memories of him as a teammate, as a player, and how do you plan to stop him?
Hopefully he's resting. Hopefully he's having another rest, Tony. He might need another week before the Euros. But no, look, he's obviously an amazing footballer. Still is. The records and goals that he's still setting, and his dedication and professionalism, he's just getting his rewards for that, really. You see what he's done for Portugal too, the tournaments they've won and been involved in. He's obviously been a huge part of that too. So no, look, as a teammate, it was brilliant because of the character he was in the dressing room too. The relationship he had with everybody was superb to see him develop, because the player that arrived and the player that left, you could see the difference in where he was wanting to go and continue to go. So just very good, very, very, very special player, and great to be a teammate of his for so many years too, and play alongside him. Some great memories, and but hopefully we can, if he is selected, hopefully we can keep him quiet.
Just the last game, Ronaldo's 2 late headers.
Yeah, well, look, it's simple. You know how good he is in the air throughout his whole career, and it's something our defenders will have to be aware of. Simple as that. You have to get contact against him as best you can and stop him getting that leap. But his movement, he's obviously been able to adapt his game. Obviously, the more experience he's got, and it's that movement when he's waiting offside, and just spins back around. So our players will be fully aware. It'll be a good challenge for them. But they're the type of games, I'm sure Josh will admit, the players you want to be playing against, to test yourself against the best, and the Portuguese squad will be one of the best at this Euros, I'd say.
Josh, was that game one of the most disappointing in the last game?
Yeah, of course, yeah, to concede 2 late goals like that against an opposition the calibre of Portugal was tough to take. I think the first half of that game we played really well, and then I think there's lessons we can take from the second half. We got sort of penned back in, and sometimes you're able to hang on in them games, but like the gaffer said there, when the opposition have got players the quality that Portugal have, you're likely to get punished if you give them any opportunities. So yeah, we'll definitely learn some lessons from that game, and hopefully we can build on, which was a positive performance last time in the main.
Can I ask you, Josh? Josh, you're both Josh, aren't you? John, can I ask you about 2 of the players that came on? Troy Parry got the winning goal, and Jake O'Brien. Have they done enough to maybe start tomorrow?
Look, it's what we want from the team, in terms of what I mentioned about, Tony, the stage of the season that it is for the players. And obviously it'll be a little bit warmer in the stadium tomorrow night than it was in Dublin the other evening. And we saw how we needed the players to come on and impact the game, and it'll be the same again tomorrow. Whatever team is selected, it's going to be important that the people who are coming on, they're finishing the game strong with the ideas like we did the other night, and we got our rewards from it. That's the key message. It's obviously a different test again, but we have to hopefully take some momentum that we got against Hungary into the Portuguese game. Totally different test. Obviously Portugal have evolved even in those couple of years since we last played them too.
Hi John.
Hi there, mate.
Just going back to Cristiano Ronaldo, was it obvious from the first day you saw him that he was going to be something special?
And possibly what you're referring to there, Damien. No, look, it's we were fully aware of his talent, obviously that night in Lisbon, but also the player that, as I mentioned, the player that arrived into Old Trafford, into Carrington. I've mentioned before many times his dedication in terms of improving his technique every week, every day, improving his, because obviously look, there were some tough challenges, not only in the opposition he was facing, but in the training matches that we were making him fully prepared for what the Premier League was going to be, the test he was going to have to face. But he also had good mentors, I think, from his Portuguese team also, when he broke through in the Portuguese team, the mentors that he had to learn from there too. So no, it wasn't a surprise to me to what he's gone on to do, because you saw how special a player he was very early.
And just finally, John, knowing him as you do, would you expect him to make an impact at the Euros in whatever role he's used?
Yeah, look, exactly that. Obviously, he was he scored some goals for his team. Obviously, you see it in Saudi, but also you see the impact he's had. His goal scoring for Portugal in the campaign that they've just had to qualify for the Euros too. So I have no doubt whatever plans or rotations that Portugal will have to use him to maximise how far they get in the tournament. I think Ronaldo will be a key part of that, definitely.
John, the first time you faced Ronaldo was in 21 years later.
Oh, that long ago, yeah.
You remember that game?
I do. Slightly jet lagged, but I do remember.
Ronaldo go to Manchester then. 21 years later, you think this is the last game you play against Ronaldo?
Well, I won't be playing. Thankfully, tomorrow Josh will see me in training in a few days. No, maybe if knowing the type of person and dedication, professionalism Ronaldo has, I'm sure he has plans in his head to carry on in terms for Portugal and where he's going to go, and hopefully in the future, I'm sure maybe he has ambitions to maybe further down the line. I'm sure you saw he might have ambitions to manage his country also further down the line in tournaments to come. So if he wants to bring those pressures on him to take, but he's had no problem taking the pressures of his country already throughout his career. So whatever his next steps will be, I'm sure they will be positive for Portugal.